Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel. And by the video title, you know what this video is about. Steelers minicamp day 1, 2, and 3 auto reviews for all the days like that. The Steelers minicamp review. The Steelers minicamp, this is the last day today. And by the time you watch this video, it's going to be uploaded the same day. So this is the last day for the Steelers minicamp. The first day, a lot of guys didn't show up. TJ Watt had a absence, excused absence like that as well. That they in school or something. And the other guys didn't show up because then they had other things that was happening. The day 2 and day 3, a lot of guys showed up, but I'm like, what we seen like from the stuff like that. Of course, a guy like TJ Watt don't really have to show up. Of course he's gonna show up, but he ain't really got to show. You know, TJ Watt been here forever, so he already know what's the deal and everything like that. But we seen Kenny Pickett make some improvements as well like that. Like Tomlin, Coach Tomlin was talking about his maturity, how he was evolving and getting better and better, and how he's seeing him make those extra strides and like putting that extra work in. Because sometimes a guy comes in with all the talent and like you said, oh, he's a natural out there, just go out there and just play. But how Kenny Pickett is putting the work in, training in the offseason. We haven't had a quarterback. Well, Big Ben, he never really was a trainer like type guy. Big Ben was never like the most fitted quarterback or the most like trained worth of guy. I remember he used to say, I do yoga and drink beer as my training and stuff like that, and play golf and stuff. But Big Ben was never like a full trainer, but Kenny Pickett got kind of now they got similar mentality. Big Ben was a very strong competitor. He was a competitor. He was gonna go out there and compete every time, but he was naturally gifted. Some guys are just naturally gifted. You look at Luka Doncic, he getting in shape now, but Luka Doncic is a guy who he can just wake up and just drop 30. James Harden partying all night at clubs, came in out of shape, dropping 30 at night. Like some guys don't really need to like work out and train because they just have natural gift and natural talent like that. But Kenny Pickett going out there, putting the work in like that, making sure his body right, and also building the chemistry with the teams and stuff like that, and holding himself accountable, knowing that he said, okay, last year I played all right in certain sense, and I played good sometimes, but I could have done way better like that. I had more interceptions than touchdowns last year. I could have done way better like that. Well, touchdown passes, but but last year he had opportunities. He missed some throws here and there, but I like that he took accountability for like some of the mistakes and stuff like that. And I like how after the bye week he came in and looked better. He was more patient and more poised. I think this year the Steelers got a better O-line. O-line is one of the most important positions, one of the important things to have in football, because you got an O-line, the quarterback can't do anything. We've seen a lot of quarterbacks without an O-line, and you're not going to win like that without having an O-line. Like, it's just impossible and stuff like that. You need an O-line to win. And Steelers went out there and built the O-line. Mr. Khan, Coach Tomlin, they went out there, addressed the O-line finally, and actually brought some guys in instead of being cheap and waiting for guys to fall and stuff. Just go ahead and get the guys and bring them in, and they did that. And now you see like the O-line looking better. Adesim Malu, Broderick Jones here. We got Herbig as well. We brought over, so we got some guys in who are gonna be make the O-line better, and we can get the run game going. They're gonna make Kenny Pickett look even better. He had actually time to deliver the passes, time to throw, and had a run game to create some play action off that run game as well. So it's going to be nice to see. But Kenny Pickett, I love his work ethic, his mentality. I just like watching him talk and watching him in interviews, because that competitive nature, it just fires you up. I like competing too as well. I don't play football like that, but we play for fun, like basketball. I might play 7-on-7 football sometimes. As you guys know, I want to continue doing this YouTube thing as well, but I want to become a professional wrestler. I'm supposed to go to wrestling school within the next few months. But the competitive nature, just like going out there and just competing and just striving, and then like imposing your will upon your opponent, and just like having that mentality, like I'm not worried about what's happening tomorrow, I'm worried about the now. I like Kenny Pickett mentality, and I think he's going to be a big-time quarterback and make that second-year jump in year 2. Another guy who was discussed as well throughout the stuff, had an interview, I believe yesterday, was Matt Canada. He said he feels no pressure. That's good that he feels no pressure, because you never want to be under pressure and under scrutiny a lot like that. But the pressure is there, though, of course. This is last year to get it right, or he's out the door. But Matt Canada not feeling pressure is good, because you play when you don't have pressure, it's easy to play freely because you're not worried about mistakes and messing up. Now the O-line is now Matt Canada. I'm not gonna give him. I'm gonna give him a good amount of blame for last year, because some play calling was just too repetitive and too predictable. I'm at home sitting and watching on the couch. I'm like, I shouldn't be able to call the plays from the couch like that, watching like that. Most time I was standing up the whole time. I didn't really sit down. Most time I was standing up the whole time and taking notes, because I write for the video and stuff. But I'm like, I'm sitting down and standing up watching from home, and I'm calling the play. I'm like, yep. If I see Denzel Johnson run this way and motion back that way, it's gonna be the receiver sweep for the opposite side like that. They do it every time to see which gonna follow. You can just tell by certain formations, and you knew when the QB sneak was coming, you knew when the receiver sweep was coming. Like when you just see certain things that's happening like that. They do that every time, and like you kind of like made it too predictable. I feel like they should have mixed it up, but and to his part as well, to his favor, the O-line wasn't that good. The O-line wasn't that good for you to mix it up sometimes, because sometimes the O-line couldn't hold like that, so they couldn't get no push from the O-line, so you can't really go out there and say, I'm going to call a play action or take a deep shot if the O-line not blocking. O-line did a better job in the second half, and we've seen our point score go up a little higher like that in the second half, but it's still got to get better. With all this talent on this team, we should be out there putting up no less than 26 to 27 points per game like that out there. And with this defense we got, you put up 27 points a game, you might win every game like that. So we can go out there and do that. In 2021, we averaged 20.2 points as an offense. And in 2022, we averaged 18.1. And so his first 2 years as the Steelers offensive coordinator, the Steelers averaged a total of 19 points per game. And that just don't cut it. Maybe in the old days in the NFL, when it was more slugfest style, and you might get away with it slightly, but you're not gonna, 19 points a game not going to cut it. You're not going to beat Patrick Mahomes with 19 points per game, who's in this conference, Joe Burrows. You're not going to beat them. You're not going to beat some of these guys around this conference, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, with 19 points per game. You got to go out there and put some points up. When you got this quarterback in Kenny Pickett, who got all the talent, the mobility and everything, the dual threat ability. You got George Pickens, Calvin Austin, speed. You got Denzel Johnson, Najee Harris, Pat Freiermuth, Darnell Washington added. You got a new O-line. I expect the Steelers to put up 26 to 27 plus points. Like that should be the average for the year average like that. We should make a big time jump. That right there, that should be the expectations. So hopefully we can get it done. And last but not least is Coach Tomlin. Coach Tomlin leadership, as we've seen through minicamp, the way he talked about his players, the way he kind of bolstered his players up. How Patrick Peterson said that he might hold off a little bit more longer on retirement because he loved playing with Coach Tomlin. He said Coach Tomlin is a great coach, and like his leadership, because like he's not just like a coach that's like know the X's and O's and all that type of stuff. He's a guy who's gonna touch your soul a little bit, like touch your soul with his words, and he's gonna make you a better person, not just on the field but off the field, and that goes a long way for a lot of people. And that's how people like want to play with Mike Tomlin, play with Coach Tomlin, because he's that guy. He's a cool dude like that. He's a guy who walks around and works hard on the sleeve. He's gonna give you everything he got, and he's gonna hold you to a certain standard. The little catchphrase, a standard is a standard. He's gonna hold you to a certain standard every single time. My favorite quote from Mike Tomlin is, it's not about what you're capable of, it's about what you're willing to do, because anybody can be capable of anything in life. A lot of people can be capable of being an astronaut or being a professional basketball player or a singer or a surgeon, but are you willing to do the work that's necessary to go along with that? Like Kobe Bryant said before, the late, great Kobe Bryant, RIP, he mentioned that when you're passionate about something, there's no amount of work that you wouldn't do to achieve that goal. And Coach Tomlin, he instilled a lot of trust in these players and confidence. Like last year when he helped them to the same expectations. He knew that we was losing. We went to bye week 2 and 6, but he never changed it. He was like, oh, it's kind of like if you had like a basketball player be like, oh, I expect him to drop 20 points a game. And he go out there, he playing bad. You're like, maybe I lower his expectations. I'm going to say 10 points per game. But nah, Coach Tomlin went out there and he said, I expect y'all to perform at this level. I trusted y'all when I put y'all in this position at the beginning of the year. I'm going to stick with y'all and hope y'all get it right like that. I'm going to instill my trust and faith into you guys. And they went out there and they turned it around and finished 7-2. We missed the playoffs, but we finished 9-8. And I feel like that good, like them going out there and turning around and having like, dang, my coach trusts me that much. My coach went out there and said, he going to hold me to the same standard, even though I'm not playing to that level or nowhere near that level that he wanted me to. I have to go out there and play hard and go out there and strive and try to be great. And that's what I love about Coach Tomlin. He's a guy who's going to give it to you. He's going to give you his absolute best, and he expects the absolute best like that. And, it's just great to see him on the sideline. I know a lot of people a lot of people be hating on Coach Tomlin a little bit, saying, oh, he had a playoff win since 2016. I know it's true. We haven't had a playoff win in a long time. And, we haven't won a Super Bowl, a bit of a Super Bowl in a while. But it's hard to win this league. Like that. I'm not making excuses for Coach Tomlin and saying, like, oh, he should have an excuse because he did this or no losing season and nothing like that. But I wouldn't want any other coach in the league. I would like Coach Tomlin on the team for the rest of the time being. Like, I hope he retires as a Steeler, because his drive, his competitive nature, and just his like mentality, it's just great. It's a reason a lot of players and a lot of other coaches and a lot of guys outside the Steelers want Coach Tomlin as their coach or want to play with Coach Tomlin, because they know Coach Tomlin is that guy like that. But that's all I got for this video today, guys. Let me know down below what you guys enjoyed the most of minicamp. I think I liked how everybody is kind of merging together and the chemistry with everybody and the mentality of different players. This video was mostly about the mentality of the players, you know, like going out there and taking accountability and getting better and better like that. And I love to see Kenny Pickett making those strides, Najee Harris taking that leadership role very seriously like he did last year, and this year getting better and being more of a leader, and him and Kenny Pickett working out together and like just building more chemistry. Because when you build chemistry off the field, it makes it easier on the field, because when you know in certain situations, you can just look at a guy and be like, oh, I know he's thinking. I know he's thinking right there. Like just had that connection. Like my cousin, who's also one of my best friend, Marcus D. Butler, we had that same connection. Sometimes we be saying the same thing at the same time all the time like that. We've been hanging out since we was like kids, since we was like first born, like 1 or 2, and we had that same connection. Like we make the video channel together, we call it New Genesis, and we post on as well. But we always had that same connection and that same thinking, like that we might say at the same time sometimes, like, oh, that's like a jinx right there or something like that. So you have that chemistry built off the field, and then on the field it just translates differently. Like, okay, I've been hang out with this guy, I trust this guy, so why should I trust him in the football game? His decision like that, and make everything feel easier and more at ease like that. That's why I love when players are hanging out, working together and stuff. That chemistry is one of the most important things, because you can have all the stars in the world. We've seen a lot of teams throughout history build teams with a lot of stars, and they collapsed. It didn't work. Because you need chemistry. Chemistry is one of the most important things. We see, like, you're like, how certain teams do this? How certain teams do that? Because they have chemistry. They have a connection. So the Steelers have been building that chemistry and that connection, and have been working out well. But that's all I got for this video today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Peace out.